Hill Ranch, the lifestyle program. Thank you for joining another cooking demonstration on this beautiful Wednesday. If you are new to our channel, let me know where you are watching from. We like to reach our community, out in the community as much as we can. My name is Mona Cabrera. Again, I'm the registered dietitian of the lifestyle program here. And if you're new, please subscribe to our channel below. You can hit the subscription button below. That way you'll get notifications on when we're coming on live here and won't miss a show. So today we are going to be making another easy fall, delicious fall recipe, might I add. It's super easy and you may want to use it maybe for your Thanksgiving dinner. Sweet potatoes, so honey roasted sweet potato with Labneh. So if you have not heard of Labneh before, it is the Middle Eastern food. It is basically yogurt that has been strained, so the water has been taken out of it, and so it resembles soft cheese used as a dip or a spread. So we're going to be doing that today. So let's see, we need some sweet potatoes. First of all, let's go through these ingredients. It does call for 3 pounds of sweet potato peeled and cut in little 1-inch cubes. So when you cut your sweet potatoes, it's best to cut them in the same size so it cooks evenly in the oven. We're gonna roast them on a sheet pan. And so you can just cut up 3 pounds. We're not gonna sit here and cut 3 pounds, but you can go ahead and do that. And so I got my sweet potatoes here, right? And the colors of sweet potatoes, it ranges from whites through the yellows to orange to purple. So pick whichever ones you like. Sweet potatoes, yams, same thing. Okay, so these sweet potatoes, there's so much nutrition in them. Let's talk about them for a minute. So it is it's starchy, it's sweet, and a great source of dietary fiber. Also, lots of other vitamins and minerals, very rich in vitamin A, good for our vision, rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, manganese, potassium, and all these are important in enzyme and protein and carbohydrate metabolism. So you get so much nutrition from sweet potatoes. So if you have been avoiding them because you heard something on the internet that you should not be eating potatoes, feel free to throw them back in your diet. Okay, so I'm just chopping up some of these. And so again, 3 pounds of sweet potatoes, great for Thanksgiving. And so let's say you cut all your sweet potatoes. We're just gonna pretend like this is 3 pounds, right? Okay, so let's talk about the Labneh and how we can make our Labneh. So I have some faye, some Greek yogurt plain. What you would do if you have a cheesecloth, I'm not gonna do this today on the show, but you use a cheesecloth and you take 16 ounces of your faye, okay? And you are going to mix it with some lemon zest. I got some lemon zest here and some salt. And you do let it sit in the cheesecloth overnight, and then the water will drain from it, okay? What I did to bypass all that, since we don't have time to do that today, is I did buy some Labneh. So let me show you what it looks like. So it's looks like a soft cheese, right? I like making my own from the faye just because it has a little bit more protein than the Labneh. So, but we're gonna be just using the store-bought Labneh for the sake of the show. And I did buy this in an ethnic store, Middle Eastern store. We do have them a lot around here, so I was able to pick that up. Very convenient. So feel free to do whichever way you want to do the recipe. So let's get started on the next part. So the next part is dealing with our sweet potatoes. We are going to make a little combination so we can roast them in some spices. So we want to heat our oven to 375, and let's take a small bowl, and we're going to use some olive oil, some salt, pepper, and ginger. It gives it a lot of taste, cinnamon, and a little bit of honey. And you can adjust any of these to your likings. If you feel like sweet potatoes are sweet enough for you and you want to skip the honey, you're diabetic and you don't want to add honey, feel free to skip that part. So in a small bowl, we are going to mix our ginger, which is just a teaspoon, not a lot. You can use your fresh, your powder. I did get this in a little tube. A teaspoon of ginger, I'm just gonna put that in there, okay? And the ginger root, let's take a second to talk about our ginger root. It has been around for centuries, right? It's used a lot in, because of the healing properties. It's used for sicknesses and morning sickness and stomach upsets. It has 400 chemical compounds in our ginger. So it is super rich in nutrients as well and adds a delicious flavor. We use it in so many dishes because of that rich flavor. It's also rich in antioxidants, going to help oxidative stress in our body, and it's rich in anti-inflammatory properties. So all very important. So if you haven't been using ginger, you can buy it in the root in the store or buy it, ready to go like this, whichever way you want to do it. Feel free to add that into your recipes. Adds lots of flavor. We need 1/3 cup olive oil. So I'm not even going to measure. I'm just going to put a little bit here. 1/3 cup. And then our cinnamon, 1 teaspoon cinnamon. So we're making this very spicy, flavorful combination that we're going to toss our sweet potatoes in. And a little bit of salt, just just a little bit, whatever, little teaspoon there. Okay, and then that's about it for our spices. Oh, 3 teaspoons of honey. 3 tablespoons, sorry. I'm just gonna add that in. I do a lot of eyeballing. If you've been in the kitchen for a while, you know what tablespoons look like, right? But if you're new to the kitchen, you can definitely measure it out. Okay, so we got some honey there, and we're just gonna mix this. You can add some red pepper flakes if you like it a little bit spicy. You can definitely add that. So you just make this little mixture here. Okay. So we're gonna take our bowl now. Our oven is warming up to 350, right? So you take all the 3 pounds of your sweet potatoes, put it in a bowl, and now we're just gonna toss our mixture. I like to take 1 potato and put it back in the bowl so we don't miss any of it. Just get it all out. Okay. So just toss those real well. And then we're gonna get a sheet pan and put these in the oven. Let's remove this. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. We got, can check here, see if there's any questions. Okay, no questions. Oh, yes. Hi there. I'm going to be posting the recipe later in the afternoon. So you don't have to write it down, but I will be posting it. So every video that I have, the recipe is in the comment section. It's the first comment there. So you'll see all of them. Good question. So I like to use parchment paper on my cooking pan so I have less cleanup. Okay, so then you spread it out and try to spread them so they're not touching. They cook better and get crispier. Okay, so you got your 3 pounds, your little cubes. And sweet potatoes, I just like for this recipe cubes, but you could cook them in other recipes in coin shapes, in julienne shape, whatever you prefer. So you try to cut them as even as you can so they can cook evenly. Okay, so now that we got this mixture on our sheet pan, it's going in the oven. So it does need to roast about 35 to 40 minutes, and you do want to toss them in between maybe 1 or 2 times, just so both sides get cooked evenly. So this is going in the oven, okay? And we're gonna pull out some other sweet potato that we've already cooked, and I'm gonna plate it. And when we plate it, we take our Labneh, and that's gonna be on the bottom of our dish. So if you're having a party, you take your Labneh, and you can just eyeball the amount. You're gonna put it on your plate. It's a nice, and if you're dairy free, you can skip this part and just serve your sweet potatoes after they come out roasted. If you want to skip this dairy, you can also do hummus underneath. That's another option for our dairy-free folks. As the bottom of your plate, you can spread it with a little bit of hummus. Okay, so we have this spread out here. Let me know if you've had hummus before. Very Middle Eastern, it's from Lebanon. So if you have, let me know. It's typically eaten, you know, as a dip with pita bread, with olive oil. Okay, so now this is where the sweet potatoes come into play. So they have been roasted. Can you see that? They get crunchy on the outside. Super flavorful. And now we're just going to serve it on our plate here. Use these. And then we'll top it with some good, oopsie, just lost one onto the floor. Okay. Any other questions? This is a super fast recipe. So while your turkey's cooking, you can throw these in at the end and have them all ready to go by the time you serve your turkey. Sweet potatoes make great leftovers. You can throw them in a soup, into pasta, into a stir fry, any way you want to use it. Okay, so now that we got it on our Labneh, we are going to drizzle with some parsley that we chopped up. So we got some flat parsley, and then we got some green onions. We got those two, and they're just chopped up right here. So you just kind of sprinkle a little bit here, and a little bit of chopped parsley, and then a little drizzle of olive oil and salt to taste if you need it, okay? So we'll just drizzle. Okay. And we'll put a little bit of salt, sea salt to sprinkle on there to taste. And when you're making it, you're gonna have 3 pounds of sweet potatoes. So it's gonna be a big platter. It's gonna be beautiful to add to your Thanksgiving dinner, I promise. Okay, now look at that. That is it, that's your side dish. And how fast was that and simple? Just few ingredients. Look at that. Okay. And let's taste it. I wish you guys can all have some with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. I love the cinnamon on a sweet potato. I need to put a little bit more onions, I think. Can definitely be generous with your parsley. Let's try another one with parsley. Put a little onion on there. I want it all. Perfect. Super delicious, savory and sweet, great combination. We'll put a little bit more onion. Look at that. That is going to be your next Thanksgiving. And it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. It's just a great fall dish, but you can eat sweet potatoes all year long. And it's just a simple, healthy carbohydrate filled with lots of fiber and vitamins and minerals. And it's filling and super delicious. So that's it for today. That was like our fastest recipe. Do you guys have any questions? Let's open it up to questions. So again, 3 pound sweet potatoes, and then the Labneh, you can make it with a 16-ounce Greek yogurt, drain it overnight. The recipe does include putting some lemon zest in there and some salt, and it becomes Labneh when you drain the water out. I bought store-bought Labneh. You can do it whichever way you want. And we roasted the sweet potatoes in a little bit of olive oil, 1/3 cup, a teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 3 tablespoons of honey. You can reduce the amount of honey if you're trying to reduce your sugar intake. You could definitely adjust that. We used parsley and green onion just to sprinkle on top for extra flavor. So that's basically it. Next week we will be back doing another easy, delicious, healthy recipe here in the kitchen. We'd like to keep it quick because most of us are short on time, but still want to eat healthy and whole food recipes. So I want to thank you all for joining. I appreciate everyone popping in. And if you make the recipe, please come back and put a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you loved it. I'd love to hear from you. So we will be back next week. Tonight we're actually doing another YouTube. I'll be talking with Dr. Ray about sports medicine and how to fuel your workouts. A lot of information will be on that. If you guys have time at 6 o'clock, you can register and you'll find that at the Hoag Health link. You can check that out as well. So we'd love to have you guys join us tonight. And thanks for joining today. My name is Mona Cabrera. I'm the registered dietitian of the Hoag Lifestyle Program here out in Hoag, Foothill Ranch. And we will see you guys on our next video. Thanks for joining. As always, have a great day.